Hello, this is Dr. Daphne Houston. Welcome to 5 Critical Keys to Land a Federal Job. We are going to wait just a moment for a few more people to join us, and then we will dive right into the presentation. Okay, I want to be mindful of your time, so just a moment. I also want to make sure everyone can hear me okay. There should be an area where you can chat on your dashboard on the right. So if some of you want to let me know that, yes, you can hear me okay, that'd be great. Okay, you can just type right in the question area. And we've got questions coming in already. Great. Good. Okie doke. Okay. I'm going to roll on. We've done the sound check. So let's get started on the topic of landing a federal job. I'm going to start with a few questions. I'm going to introduce the topic to you and roll through those 5 critical keys that I mentioned that will help you get a federal job. I'm mentioning 5 of them, but rest assured there are more than 5. But we are going to cover just 5 of those today, and I'm going to share with you an opportunity to learn more and answer some of your questions that you've already shared with me. So a couple things. Have you all heard conflicting advice about what it really takes to get hired into the federal government? A lot of times I have clients who they've applied incorrectly, they've failed, and so they're coming because they're very frustrated at that point. Then others who really aren't familiar with working in the federal market at all, and they don't really know where to begin. And then there are always those KSAs that you hear about. For those who don't know, KSAs stand for knowledge, skills, and abilities, and we're going to get into that as well as talk about the whole process. So, you know, what is really happening if you've applied and you haven't heard anything back. And if you're wondering which activities really will get you an interview and an offer, then you've come to the right place, because that's just what I want to dive into with you. So many people are interested in the federal government right now for a lot of reasons. Yes, there are economic shifts, and the federal government is the largest employer in America, actually in good times and bad, but especially now, the federal government is really an attractive job option. Security, the federal market is primarily stable, pretty recession-proof. The salary and benefits are highly comparable to private sector. There was a time when that was not the case, and that myth seems to have lingered a bit, but the salary and the benefits are very comparable, and federal employees do have some excellent benefits, and they also get raises, increases automatically, actually, and things like cost of living adjustments. So there are a lot of reasons why it's attractive. It's interesting work. Since there are so many different agencies and departments, this work is so diverse that there are jobs for some of everything, from makeup artists to engineers to accountants and architects. You would be amazed at the variety of the different types of jobs. And it's doing work that really makes a difference, shaping our economy, shaping the world, shaping the country. And politics aside, being a part of the federal government really is work that matters. And the biggest draw, we know that the federal government really is hiring. And sometimes I'm even hesitant to throw the numbers out just about how many jobs there are available, because the numbers fluctuate all the time. But the low estimates are 60,000, and the high estimates go all the way to 250,000 per year, per 18 months. So that's great news. There are over 60,000 jobs planned over the next 18 months. And then there's also the bad news, that the process can be very long. It can be very frustrating. And for a lot of people, especially those who are coming out of the corporate sector or out of the military or right out of college, the process is brand new to you. So it's a brand new animal. But the good news is that you'll get answers and solutions. But first, I want to ask you a question. So I'm going to do a little poll. And what I'd like to know, Mimi, can you set the poll up? The question should be coming up shortly. The question I want to ask is, how many of you have actually applied for federal positions? You will be able to respond to that if we get this to work right. Okay, you're voting. Good, good. Okay. Wow, this audience is looking about half, almost half and half. Okay, almost all the votes in. Come on. Yes or no? Okay, so that's pretty good. 54% say yes, they have applied. 46% have not. So yeah, pretty close there on those. So those who are in the yes category that are on the call, then you know what a challenge the process can be. And those who haven't, maybe you've already faced potentially applying and just backed out altogether, because a lot of people fall in that category too, where they never even apply, or they're just doing their homework, which I applaud you in doing, to actually find out how to really be a successful federal job seeker. So thank you for participating in that, and I'm glad the poll question worked out well. Okay. Hopefully my screen will be back up. Okie doke. Okay, so you're here today. You have applied in some cases for positions, and some of you haven't. So we're going to look at the process. And who am I to actually tell you about this process? As I mentioned, I'm Dr.